Before we start, I'd just like to first thank everyone for everything that you're doing to keep our patients, our community, and our staff safe. It is more appreciated than you can possibly imagine, so thank you. So late last week, the governor relaxed his executive order concerning elective surgeries, or as I like to call them, non-emergent surgeries. So starting this past Monday, we started having elective or non-emergent procedures come back to the hospital. We want to make sure everyone is clear that we are screening our patients, we're screening our staff to make sure that we have a safe place for our patients, our community, and our staff to practice and do these procedures. So it's very important that people take their health care seriously. We don't want people putting off procedures or surgery that they need to have done now. We're concerned that people are staying out of the hospital or out of their physician's offices, and their health could deteriorate, and you could lose, say, heart muscle if you have a heart issue, or you could have something else seriously go wrong with you. Please follow up with your physicians. Please come into the hospital if you need those to have tests done. It is a safe place to be. So one of our goals is to get our flexed employees and our furloughed employees back to full-time as fast as we possibly can. I believe that this is going to be a slow ramp up. It's not going to be just a light switch and everything comes back at once. So we will be bringing back our furloughed employees, a little bit at a time as we find those needs arise. Same with flexed. We'll start unflexing people's time as we find that our business has returned. So the testing process has been quite a journey. When we first started this process, it would take us over a week to get a test result back from the people who were running the test, or the labs that were running the test. We are actually doing stat testing in-house now for the majority of our patients and a majority of the people that we are testing. Stat testing is that we get the test results back usually within 2 hours. It has dramatically changed how we are utilizing staff, how are we utilizing our personal protection equipment, and increase the availability of services that we can provide at the hospital. While we'd love to see all tests being done on a stat basis, we are still having to send some of these out to outside labs. Even that has dramatically improved over where we were seeing patients have to wait for 6, 7, or more days for those results. We're now getting those back within 24 to 36 hours. While we're ensuring the safety of all of our patients and our staff, I get the question a lot of times about, do we have enough PPE, do we have enough ventilators and equipment, and do we have enough staff? I want to assure you that we are constantly monitoring all of those things. So we have daily calls where we evaluate how much PPE or personal protection equipment we have at any given time, and we have plenty to meet the needs of today. Our ventilators, we're using only about 20% of our ventilators in the organization. So we all certainly hope that we're getting towards the end of this pandemic, but if we have some type of a resurge, we have more than enough equipment, staff, and personal protection equipment to take care of those needs. So there are a number of ways that we're ensuring your safety. First off, we're keeping visitors out of the hospital. I know that's not always popular, but that is something that we're doing to keep our staff and our community safe. For all employees and patients, we are making sure that we take temperatures each and every day, and we have a requirement that everyone must wear a mask to prevent spreading of the disease. We need to remember that it's only a small percentage of our patients here that are COVID positive patients. And in fact, it's about 5% or less, depending on the day. Those patients are completely isolated from the rest of the hospital from the time they show up into an ER and they're separated into a different part of the emergency room to the time that they go up to the floors and are in different areas of the hospital. So last week we received results on our Leapfrog scores. Once again, we're an A hospital. That comes to nobody's surprise. Ever since we've been participating in Leapfrog, we've been an A hospital. And while we always love to see that score, what it really means to us is that we're giving the best care, keeping people safe at this hospital each and every day. The score kind of is a lagging indicator for what we already know. So this year we're going to have to celebrate Nurses Week a little bit different. Obviously we're going to have to social distance, and we don't have the opportunity to come together and have the celebration and celebrate you like we normally do and like you deserve. We want you to know how appreciative we all are, this entire community, of everything that you do. You put yourselves at risk. You put your patients above everything else to come into this organization. Once this pandemic passes, we cannot wait to get together with this entire organization and celebrate everyone, including Doctors Day, including Nurses Week, including Respiratory and Radiology Week and Environmental Services Week, and every other week and every other person that works here. So I hope everyone realizes that we've tried to be as transparent and open as we possibly can about this pandemic over the last really 8 weeks or 10 weeks, however long it's been at this point. We put out daily messages, we put out these videos, we put out as much information as we know how to do. I would tell you that we're probably entering a new phase of this pandemic, and we're going to change the messaging up a little bit and make it more relevant to what's going on at that point in time. I'd invite you to continue to let us know what questions you may have or you want us to address, our teams to address up here. With that being said, I want to continue to tell you how much we appreciate each and every one of you for taking care of our staff, for taking care of our patients, and for giving our community a sense that we're the place to be and that we will always be here for you.